What's up, cool people? My name's Matt, aka That Random Christian Gamer. Welcome to the stream. I got quite a bit to get through in the Bible study today, so I'm gonna keep the introductory part kind of short. So this is just the usual kind of recording session of Bible study for a couple of chapters, and then some kind of Let's Play video game stuff going through the Kingdom Hearts series. Currently in Kingdom Hearts 2. Gonna be going back to probably Agrabah and Halloween Town today, time allowing. And that's probably the general rundown of how things are gonna go. So yeah, let me go ahead and run the early Twitch ad break to reduce the interruptions, and then we'll get things rolling here. Also, this particular bit of music that I have playing in the background right now, is really quiet. I know I'm gonna need to turn down stuff in OBS for later music, but I don't know. This is a newer one, a newer song that I've added to the list. It's actually going to be, well, I downloaded it because it'll be used in the end card of my, edited together Dexception demo review. Okay. Now we're getting more to the volume I was expecting for the music. Okay. Just got a few seconds left in the ad break. But yeah, we're done with 2 Samuel, on to 1 Kings in the Bible study, which 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've completed 10 books of the Bible. There are 66. Gonna take a while. Of course, that only 2 chapters a week. Yeah, I calculated that out to take over 5 years. So, not surprising, I guess. Okay. Let's get this show on the road here. Both of these chapters are a bit on the long side. So, I'm gonna try and speed things along a little more than normal. So, here we go. Alright. We are starting off 1 Kings today. And, basically, David has been king over Israel for a while, despite kind of a topsy-turvy set of situations in his life. But he was promised by God that he would have, a lasting dynasty. So now that he's getting old, it's kind of like, okay, how are things going to transition to the next king? Who's he going to pass off the kingdom to? Different things like that. So I think that's what we're about to get into here, maybe, to some effect. So let's hop in. 1 Kings chapter 1. King David was now very old, and no matter how many blankets covered him, he could not keep warm. So his advisors told him, "Let us find a young virgin to wait on you and look after you, my lord. She will lie in your arms and keep you warm." So they searched throughout the land of Israel for a beautiful girl, and they found Abishag from Shunem and brought her to the king. The girl was very beautiful, and she looked after the king and took care of him, but the king had no sexual relations with her. Okay. I think that's a little more than just old age. Now I guess for some older folks, there's a tendency to like wear more layers of clothing and stuff like that to keep themselves warmer, but I don't know. This just seems like kind of an odd little insert here. Other than, I guess, for the sake of kind of chronicling things at the end of David's life. Having a caretaker in a way makes sense, though. Why it had to be... I guess they figured if David being old was, like, if his age was part of the reason why he couldn't keep warm, then maybe somebody young, I don't know. There's some stuff going on there that might require a little reading between some lines, and I'm not sure I want to get into too much detail on that. But nothing inappropriate going on between David and Abishag here. So it seems, anyway. Okay. On to verse 5. About that time, David's son Adonijah, whose mother was Haggith, began boasting, "I will make myself king." So he provided himself with chariots and charioteers, and recruited 50 men to run in front of him. Now his father, King David, had never disciplined him at any time, even by asking, "Why are you doing that?" Adonijah had been born next after Absalom, and he was very handsome. So I guess he assumed he was going to become king, because generally that would have gone to the eldest son, you know, kind of like a lot of things got passed on to the eldest son in those days. And technically Absalom was the eldest, but Absalom was dead because of previous conflicts and stuff, so Adonijah was next in line, presumably. But, yeah, and we come back again to David's lack of disciplining his children. Like, out of all the things David did well, it seems like discipline was not one of them. Okay, on to verse 7. Adonijah took Joab, son of Zeruiah, and Abiathar the priest into his confidence, and they agreed to help him become king. But Zadok the priest, Benaiah son of Jehoiada, Nathan the prophet, Shimei, Ray, and David's personal bodyguard refused to support Adonijah. So there's a bit of tension building, possibly, between different people who were loyal to David, but, like, I don't know. Some of them are probably also kind of assuming that, well, yeah, it makes sense for Adonijah to be the next king. Let's start kind of getting ready for that. But others might not be so presumptive. I don't know. And, of course, like, some of them probably want to just kind of wait and be like, okay, David's still king, let's not rush things here. But let me not project too much into what their thinking might be, and just keep moving along. Verse 9. Adonijah went to the stone of Zoheleth, near the spring of Enrogel, where he sacrificed sheep, cattle, and fattened calves. He invited all his brothers, the other sons of King David, and all the royal officials of Judah. But he did not invite Nathan the prophet, or Benaiah, or the king's bodyguard, or his brother Solomon. I'm not sure why he wouldn't have invited Solomon, but okay. So, these offerings and sacrifices might have been himself trying to, like, pre-dedicate himself to the role of king, it seems. Because, you know, some things like that generally would have been part of a ceremony to commemorate the next king. Note there, after the Stone of Zoheleth, or the Serpent Stone. Greek version supports reading Zoheleth as a proper name. Okay. But Zoheleth could have maybe been translated as, or Stone of Zoheleth could have been translated as the Serpent's Stone, but it just minor translation note there. Also gives you a little bit of a note on possibly some meanings or some history of that place. Serpents are generally, I mean, especially if you go way back to Genesis, serpents are generally kind of assumed with being crafty, cunning, possibly also lying, and like, you know, tripping people up. So, that might actually be sort of hinting at some less than great intentions on Adonijah's part. I don't know. Might be reading a little too much into that. But anyway, we'll move on to verse 11. Then Nathan went to Bathsheba, Solomon's mother, and asked her, "Haven't you heard that Haggith's son Adonijah has made himself king, and our Lord David doesn't even know about it? If you want to save your own life and the life of your son Solomon, follow my advice. Go at once to King David and say to him, 'My lord the king, didn't you make a vow and say to me, your son Solomon will surely be the next king and will sit on my throne? Why then has Adonijah become king? And while you are still talking with him, I will come and confirm everything you have said.'" Was that actually stated before? I'm not entirely sure. But there might be a little bit of politicking going on here. Now, if this was said before, then it's just Nathan trying to keep David at his word. If it wasn't, it might be Nathan kind of trying to, you know, pick someone else as the next king. There might have been things about Adonijah that he didn't like. Or maybe there was some tension because he didn't want to just dive right in and support Adonijah right away. I'm trying to go back and see who all it said was on Adonijah's side. Joab was, Abiathar was, but not Nathan or multiple other people. So whatever Nathan's motivation is here, he clearly does not want Adonijah as king. And is gonna try to, like, convince David to make Solomon king. Verse 15. So Bathsheba went into the king's bedroom. He was very old now, and Abishag was taking care of him. Bathsheba bowed down before the king. "What can I do for you?" he asked her. She replied, "My lord, you made a vow before the Lord your God when you said to me, 'Your son Solomon will surely be the next king and will sit on my throne.' But instead, Adonijah has made himself king, and my lord the king does not even know about it. He has sacrificed many cattle, fattened calves, and sheep, and he has invited all the king's sons to attend the celebration. He also invited Abiathar the priest and Joab the commander of the army, but he did not invite your servant Solomon. And now, my lord the king, all Israel is waiting for you to announce who will become king after you. If you do not act, my son Solomon and I will be treated as criminals as soon as my lord the king has died. So, that's her initial statement there. Again, not sure if this was actually stated. Just because it wasn't in previous verses doesn't mean that this agreement wasn't made in some other context. But there's also some concern here that, you know, because of Solomon not being invited, Adonijah might kind of have it out for him, and perhaps Bathsheba, by proxy of being Solomon's mother. So she's trying to get David to A, proclaim Solomon as king, and in doing so, B, kind of like protect herself and Solomon, her son. Now, maybe even a little bit before this, there had been some discussion as to, you know, maybe some people saying or hearing that Solomon was supposed to be the next king, and that's why there was some of this disagreement among David's servants and officials. I don't know. But there's definitely some disagreement on it now. Okay. On to verse 22. While she was still speaking with the king, Nathan the prophet arrived. The king's officials told him, "Nathan the prophet is here to see you." Nathan went in and bowed before the king with his face to the ground. Nathan asked, "My lord the king, have you decided that Adonijah will be the next king and that he will sit on your throne? Today he has sacrificed many cattle, fattened calves, and sheep, and he has invited all the king's sons to attend the celebration. He also invited the commanders of the army and Abiathar the priest. They are feasting and drinking with him and shouting, 'Long live King Adonijah!' But he did not invite me or Zadok the priest, or Benaiah, or your servant Solomon. Has my lord the king really done this without letting any of his officials know who should be the next king?" So, Nathan's backing up Bathsheba here, although it was kind of Nathan's idea to begin with, so he probably planned this out. But kind of further pushing David to make that decision about, you know, proclaiming Solomon the next king. Now, there might have been some of the motivation here might have been just, hey, Adonijah's jumping the gun. That doesn't sit well with me. Maybe we should try to convince David to make another one of his sons the king instead. It's possible. But maybe we'll get more on that later. But yeah, Nathan tells a nearly identical story to what Bathsheba just said before him. Again, it was kind of his idea, so no surprise there. Let me get a quick sip of water. On to verse 28. King David responded, "Call Bathsheba." So she came back in and stood before the king. And the king repeated his vow. "As surely as the Lord lives, who has rescued me from every danger, your son Solomon will be the next king and will sit on my throne this very day, just as I vowed to you before the Lord, the God of Israel." Then Bathsheba bowed down with her face to the ground before the king and exclaimed, "May my lord King David live forever." I mean, it's maybe not in a literal, like, physical sense, but it might have been more of a, "May your name live on forever. So I guess Bathsheba had left the room while Nathan was speaking with David. But then she's brought back in, and David says, yes, I'm proclaiming your son Solomon the next king. Maybe there was mention of this back in 2 Samuel whenever Solomon was born. He might have made some sort of promise to that effect back then. I'll have to double check that. But, maybe not right at this exact moment. But the fact that it says he repeated his vow makes it seem like, yes, it was stated before. Verse 32. Then King David ordered, call Zadok the priest, Nathan the prophet, and Benaiah son of Jehoiada. When they came into the king's presence, the king said to them, take Solomon and my officials down to Gihon spring. Solomon is to ride on my own mule. There Zadok the priest and Nathan the prophet are to anoint him king over Israel. Blow the ram's horn and shout, long live King Solomon. Then escort him back here, and he will sit on my throne. He will succeed me as king, for I have appointed him to be ruler over Israel and Judah. Amen, Benaiah, son of Jehoiada, replied. May the Lord, the God of my lord the king, decree that it happen. And may the Lord be with Solomon as he has been with you. May my lord the king, has been with you, my lord the king. Let me redo that sentence. And may the Lord be with Solomon as he has been with you, my lord the king. And may he make Solomon's reign even greater than yours. Okay. So now David's basically telling the officials to, like, hey, get Solomon, go do the ceremony for anointing the next king, and make sure everybody knows Solomon's the next king, not Adonijah. I did not agree to that, so make sure people know that Solomon's the next king. Verse 38. So Zadok the priest, Nathan the prophet, Benaiah son of Jehoiada, and the king's bodyguard took Solomon down to Gihon spring, with Solomon riding on King David's own mule. Real quick, hey Papstio, hope you're doing well. There Zadok the priest took the flask of olive oil from the sacred tent and anointed Solomon with the oil. Then they sounded the ram's horn, and all the people shouted, long live King Solomon! And all the people followed Solomon into Jerusalem, playing flutes and shouting for joy. Celebration was so joyous and noisy that the earth shook with the sound. So, they go and do what David asked them to do, make it clear that Solomon's the next king, and apparently it was a big celebration afterwards. I guess maybe there were just a lot of people there. It does say all the people followed Solomon into Jerusalem. So, yeah, okay. Real quick, note where it says the king's bodyguard. Hebrew says the Kerethites and Pelethites, but we've had that note in previous chapters that's basically just laying out who comprised the king's bodyguard. Just wording it this way makes more sense of it without having to refer back to where they were pronounced as the king's bodyguard. Okay, verse 41. Jeez, we still have like over 10 verses to go. Longish chapter here. Okay, verse 41. Adonijah and his guests heard the celebrating and shouting just as they were finishing their banquet. When Joab heard the sound of the ram's horn, he asked, "What's going on? Why is the city in such an uproar?" And while he was still speaking, Jonathan, son of Abiathar the priest, arrived. "Come in," Adonijah said to him, "for you are a good man. You must have good news." "Not at all," Jonathan replied. "Our Lord King David has just declared Solomon king." The king sent him down to Gihon Spring with Zadok the priest, Nathan the prophet, and Benaiah son of Jehoiada, protected by the king's bodyguard. They had him ride on the king's own mule, and Zadok and Nathan have anointed him at Gihon Spring as the new king. They have just returned, and the whole city is celebrating and rejoicing. That's what all the noise is about. What's more, Solomon is now sitting on the royal throne as king. And all the royal officials have gone to King David and congratulated him, saying, "May your God make Solomon's fame even greater than your own, and may Solomon's reign be even greater than yours." Then the king bowed his head in worship as he lay in his bed, and he said, "Praise the Lord, the God of Israel, who today has chosen a successor to sit on my throne while I am still alive to see it." So, yeah, the people that are at Adonijah's feast hear all the ruckus, wonder what's going on, and then get the report from Jonathan, the son of Abiathar, who I think Abiathar was at the feast there already, maybe? I'd have to go back up here and take a look at that, but yeah, it says Abiathar was in his confidence, his being Adonijah, so he probably would have been invited to that. But then he basically gives the lowdown on all the stuff that we've just been reading that David commanded and then the officials carried out. And even more than that, it's like people are congratulating David and Solomon and like kind of giving their blessings to this decision, and even David himself is kind of giving a blessing of sorts to Solomon. Obviously, this is not good news for Adonijah, who was basically trying to act like he was going to be the next king. Okay, verse 49. Then all of Adonijah's guests jumped up in panic from the banquet table and quickly scattered. Adonijah was afraid of Solomon, so he rushed to the sacred tent and grabbed onto the horns of the altar. Word soon reached Solomon that Adonijah had seized the horns of the altar in fear, and that he was pleading, "Let King Solomon swear today that he will not kill me." Solomon replied, "If he proves himself to be loyal, not a hair on his head will be touched. But if he makes trouble, he will die." So King Solomon summoned Adonijah, and they brought him down from the altar. He came and bowed respectfully before King Solomon, who dismissed him, saying, "Go on home." Okay, so Solomon's king now. And Adonijah was kind of worried that Solomon was gonna, like, get back at him or do something. Basically, he was afraid for his life because of Solomon being proclaimed king. But Solomon's like, okay, look, if he doesn't cause any trouble, he'll be fine. But if he does cause trouble, then I have no choice but to, punish him. Because, we don't need another rebellion or insurrection or anything like that. Kind of like what had happened previously with Absalom trying to usurp David. Sorry. But anyway. So there's 1 Kings chapter 1. Adonijah tries to make himself king. But that was apparently against David's wishes, so people go to David and say, hey, wait, you didn't okay this, did you? He says no, make Solomon king, and ta-da. We now have the next king proclaimed. But there's 1 Kings chapter 1. So, moral lesson there, don't assume too much just because of what's common practice. I mean, it might have been sort of reasonable if there was a lack of other knowledge. It would have been reasonable to assume Adonijah would be the next king because he was the oldest of David's living sons. But turns out, nope, that's wrong. That's not who David wanted as king. Okay. Got one more chapter to go, which is of a similar length. So I'm not gonna carry on too long talking about stuff in between. So here we go. On to the next chapter. Okay, now we're looking at 1 Kings chapter 2. Last chapter, David's one son, Adonijah, the oldest living son, kind of presumptively tried to make himself, or at least declare himself, as the next king. Some people close to David hear about it, go to David and say, hey, you didn't approve of this, did you? You said before you wanted Solomon as king. And then stuff happens to officially make Solomon the next king. And that's kind of where we're at now for this chapter. So, here we go, 1 Kings chapter 2. As the time of King David's death approached, he gave this charge to his son Solomon. I am going where everyone on earth must someday go. Take courage and be a man. Observe the requirements of the Lord your God, and follow all his ways. Keep the decrees, commands, regulations, and laws written in the law of Moses, so that you will be successful in all you do and wherever you go. If you do this, then the Lord will keep the promise he made to me. He told me, if your descendants live as they should, and follow me faithfully with all their heart and soul, one of them will always sit on the throne of Israel. So he's kind of passing along the knowledge of that covenant to Solomon as the next king, saying that, like, hey, God made this promise that, you know, if we follow the rules like we should and do what God wants, then our descendants will continue to rule in Israel. But it does depend on us doing what we're supposed to. And that covenant was made with David back right after the whole thing with Bathsheba and getting Uriah killed. God was like, okay, look, this son from this particular moment that is coming from you and Bathsheba, kind of a sign of this infidelity, that son's gonna die, but you yourself, like, it's not gonna extend beyond that. You if you do what you're supposed to, you'll have something even better than just this son, is kind of what happened then. So anyway, David's just kind of passing this along to Solomon. Then we get to verse 5. And there was something else. You know what Joab, son of Zeruiah, did to me when he murdered my 2 army commanders, Abner, son of Ner, and Amasa, son of Jether. He pretended that it was an act of war, but it was done in a time of peace. staining his belt and sandals with innocent blood. Do with him what you think is best, but don't let him grow old and go to his grave in peace. Okay, so... yeah, the thing with Abner definitely was, like... there was some suspicion because Abner previously disliked David, but he was trying to defect to David's side. Joab didn't trust him or didn't like the idea, so killed Abner in that moment. And maybe kind of a similar thing with Amasa. Like, they weren't opposed to each other in that moment. So, the moments when Joab killed these men, it was like, why? They're on our side right now. So, I guess David's trying to tell Solomon, hey, look, in some way or another, there should be some consequences for this. David had previously stated that he felt like there wasn't much that he could do about it. Whether or not he actually could. So, maybe now that there's a change of kings, not as much of a bond going on there, possibly waning support for Joab, maybe that's more feasible now, I don't know. Note there at done in a time of peace could be read as, he murdered them during a time of peace as revenge for deaths they had caused in time of war. Yeah, okay, that's kind of what it meant there. It's just worded a little bit differently to probably make the translation a little more accurate to the original grammar of the text that it was derived from. But yeah, it was like, okay, they had at one point been enemies, but when Joab murdered them, they were on our side. Note there at innocent blood, as in some Greek and Old Latin manuscripts, Hebrew reads, with the blood of war. It's kind of acting like it's war when it's not. Last note here, Hebrew says, don't let his white head go down to Sheol in peace. Rather than to his grave in peace, basically. Similar meaning, though. Get some water here. Okay. On to verse 7. More instructions from David still. Be kind to the sons of Barzillai of Gilead. Make them permanent guests at your table, for they took care of me when I fled from your brother Absalom. And remember Shimei, son of Gera, the man from Bahurim in Benjamin. He cursed me with a terrible curse as I was fleeing to Mahanaim. When he came down to meet me at the Jordan River, I swore by the Lord that I would not kill him. But that oath does not make him innocent. You are a wise man, and you will know how to arrange a bloody death for him. Okay. You would kind of expect David to be, wanting to kind of continue that situation with Shimei, but I don't know. Maybe at this point there was still a little resentment or something in there. Hebrew says, rather than how to arrange a bloody death for him, it would read, how to bring his white head down to Sheol in blood. Okay, kind of a similar translation difference with what we saw regarding Joab. But David is also kind of leaving these things up to Solomon. Because if he truly does believe that Solomon is a wise man, then, Solomon could figure out what's best in these situations. Verse 10. Then David died and was buried with his ancestors in the city of David. David had reigned over Israel for 40 years, 7 of them in Hebron and 33 in Jerusalem. Solomon became king and sat on the throne of David his father, and his kingdom was firmly established. Seems pretty self-explanatory, that section there. Yeah, I'll just move on to the next section. Verse 13. One day Adonijah, whose mother was Haggith, came to see Bathsheba, Solomon's mother. "Have you come with peaceful intentions?" she asked him. "Yes," he said, "I come in peace. In fact, I have a favor to ask of you." "What is it?" she asked. He replied, "As you know, the kingdom was rightfully mine. All Israel wanted me to be the next king. But the tables were turned, and the kingdom went to my brother instead. For that is the way the Lord wanted it. So now I have just one favor to ask of you. Please don't turn me down." "What is it?" she asked. He replied, "Speak to King Solomon on my behalf, for I know he will do anything you request. Ask him to let me marry Abishag, the girl from Shunem." "All right," Bathsheba replied, "I will speak to the king for you." Okay, so Haggith was the one that had been taking care of David in his old age, kind of being almost like a nurse maid sort of person for him. So I guess now it makes even more sense why the whole thing with Haggith was brought up in the previous chapter. Just kind of inserting that in its approximate rightful spot within the sequence of events. Now it's maybe a little more significant. So I guess Adonijah asked Bathsheba about this because he figures Solomon's your son. He's going to listen to pretty much anything you say. So he asks her to ask him this favor. Adonijah asks Bathsheba to ask Solomon this favor because he figures it's less likely to get turned down that way. And she agrees. I mean, doesn't seem like there's a major reason to not be okay with that. I mean, it's not like David and Abishag had been married or anything. She was just sort of a caretaker for him. Okay. Verse 19. So Bathsheba went to King Solomon to speak on Adonijah's behalf. The king rose from his throne to meet her, and he bowed down before her. When he sat down on his throne again, the king ordered that a throne be brought for his mother, and she sat at his right hand. "I have one small request to make of you," she said. "I hope you won't turn me down." "What is it, my mother?" he asked. "You know I won't refuse you." "Then let your brother Adonijah marry Abishag, the girl from Shunem," she replied. "How can you possibly ask me to give Abishag to Adonijah?" King Solomon demanded. "You might as well ask me to give him the kingdom. You know that he is my older brother, and that he has Abiathar the priest and Joab son of Zeruiah on his side." Then King Solomon made a vow before the Lord. "May God strike me and even kill me if Adonijah has not sealed his fate with this request. The Lord has confirmed me and placed me on the throne of my father David. He has established my dynasty as he promised. So as surely as the Lord lives, Adonijah will die this very day." So King Solomon ordered Benaiah son of Jehoiada to execute him, and Adonijah was put to death. So, in a way, I don't know, maybe Bathsheba didn't see anything wrong with this, but in a way, it could be seen as Adonijah trying to take something else from Solomon that was previously David's, in a way. Because Abishag was kind of David's caretaker, and Adonijah already sort of had, as it mentioned here, he already kind of had Joab and Abiathar on his side. Adonijah did. Those were two significant men who, served David. And now Solomon's like, okay, really? He's asking for even more? No, this is getting out of hand. I'm going to shut this down before it becomes a major problem. And so that seems to me like that's Solomon's thinking in this whole situation. And I mean, it was pretty clear before that Adonijah didn't really like Solomon, and maybe kind of vice versa. So yeah, Solomon's response is to have Adonijah put to death over what, without other context, might seem like a somewhat innocent request. But then we move on to verse 26. Then the king said to Abiathar the priest, "Go back to your home in Anathoth. You deserve to die, but I will not kill you now, because you carried the ark of the sovereign Lord for David my father, and you shared all his hardships." So Solomon deposed Abiathar from his position as priest of the Lord, thereby fulfilling the prophecy the Lord had given at Shiloh concerning the descendants of Eli. Hadn't even thought about that going all the way back to Eli, who was priest even before Samuel, who then was kind of like the last judge of Israel before there were any kings. But I mean, that line of priests, I guess, had still continued a bit. Let me get some water real quick. OBS is dropping a lot of frames. I don't like it. Okay, anyway. So, yeah, Abiathar, perhaps in part for supporting Adonijah instead of Solomon, was, to put it bluntly, he was fired from his position. Verse 28 now. Joab had not joined Absalom's earlier rebellion, but he had joined Adonijah's rebellion. So when Joab heard about Adonijah's death, he ran to the sacred tent of the Lord and grabbed onto the horns of the altar. When this was reported to King Solomon, he sent Benaiah, son of Jehoiada, to execute him. Benaiah went to the sacred tent of the Lord and said to Joab, "The king orders you to come out." But Joab answered, "No, I will die here." So Benaiah returned to the king and told him what Joab had said. Okay, so I'm not entirely sure what the significance of grabbing the horns of the altar was, other than, I mean, obviously the altar was kind of a sacred space, and generally they would not have wanted blood shed there. At least nothing apart from like the blood of the sacrifices and whatnot. But because Joab had supported Adonijah, he was kind of doing this as a way to maybe get out of being killed for that. Solomon sends Benaiah to go kill him. They have this exchange. You know, Benaiah not wanting to spill his blood on the altar, presumably, says that Joab should come out, but Joab's like, nope, if you're going to kill me, do it here, and I guess make it, I don't know, make my blood be spilled here. There could have been some other significance to that as well, as, like, could be Joab sort of presenting himself as an offering, or him wanting to, like, try and, you know, get the Lord's anger stirred up against Solomon or his officials or whatever for spilling his blood on the altar. Either way, we'll see how it progresses from there after Benaiah reported that exchange to Solomon, and yeah, now we get Solomon's response in verse 31. Do as he said, the king replied. Kill him there beside the altar and bury him. This will remove the guilt of Joab's senseless murders from me and from my father's family. The Lord will repay him for the murders of the two men who were more righteous and better than he. For my father knew nothing about the deaths of Abner son of Ner, commander of the army of Israel, and of Amasa son of Jether, commander of the army of Judah. May their blood be on Joab and his descendants forever, and may the Lord grant peace forever to David, his descendants, his dynasty, and his throne. So this is Solomon's way of making Joab pay the penalty for the men he killed previously that David had mentioned he killed in an unrighteous manner. Note that the Lord will repay him. Hebrews says, will return his blood on his own head. Similar meaning, though. Basically saying, hey, the blood that he spilled and that he's guilty of, this will be the Lord's repayment, or this will be, you know, the Lord's punishment, sort of turning that back around on him. If he thinks he can escape this by, like, you know, appealing to the Lord at the altar or whatever, that, no, that this will be seen as God's judgment upon him for those actions. Okay, verse 34. So Benaiah, son of Jehoiada, returned to the sacred tent and killed Joab, and he was buried at his home in the wilderness. Then the king appointed Benaiah to command the army in place of Joab, and he installed Zadok the priest to take the place of Abiathar. The king then sent for Shimei and told him, build a house here in Jerusalem and live there, but don't step outside the city to go anywhere else. On the day you so much as cross the Kidron Valley, you will surely die, and your blood will be on your own head. Shimei replied, your sentence is fair. I will do whatever my lord the king commands. So Shimei lived in Jerusalem for a long time. But 3 years later, 2 of Shimei's slaves ran away to King Achish, son of Maacah of Gath. When Shimei learned where they were, he saddled his donkey and went to Gath to search for them. When he found them, he brought them back to Jerusalem. Solomon heard that Shimei had left Jerusalem and had gone to Gath and returned. So the king sent for Shimei and demanded, didn't I make you swear by the Lord and warn you not to go anywhere else, or you would surely die? And you replied, the sentence is fair, I will do as you say. Then why haven't you kept your oath to the Lord and obeyed my command? Okay, gonna pause there for a sec. So Shimei was the guy that had, like, cursed David as he was fleeing from Absalom's rebellion but had tried to, like, kind of, you know, make nice with David after that was all resolved. He had also been mentioned, I think, early on in this chapter by David as one that Solomon could, like, you know, find some sort of way of punishing and bringing that back around on him. It's almost like a lot of David's, you know, efforts to make peace in the moment were just like him trying to, or I guess in a way being the better man. But David kind of was like, all right, well, I made these agreements, but I'm about to die. When that happens, all bets are off. You're not, you know, you don't have to follow these agreements that I made. So, Shimei is supposed to stay in this one spot in Israel, but then he goes to bring back some slaves of his that had fled to Gath. Also, it makes me wonder if that was the same King Achish that David had kind of lived with and assisted for a while. I don't know. Anyway, Solomon hears of this happening. He's like, "You made this agreement, so why'd you leave Jerusalem?" Okay, so we're at verse 44 now. King also said to Shimei, "You certainly remember all the wicked things you did to my father David. May the Lord now bring that evil on your own head. But may I, King Solomon, receive the Lord's blessings, and may one of David's descendants always sit on this throne in the presence of the Lord." Then at the king's command, Benaiah son of Jehoiada took Shimei outside and killed him. So the kingdom was now firmly in Solomon's grasp. Or grip, whatever. Similar thing. So, pretty much this whole chapter seems to be Solomon, or, well, seems to be David telling Solomon that, like, hey, there are these people who did some bad things. I kind of let them off the hook, but you don't have to, and they kind of deserve some punishment. And then the rest of the chapter is Solomon basically making good on those punishments and, you know, the situations surrounding those that, I mean, really, you kind of can't fault Solomon for doing things this way. I mean, it's not like he just went up and said, yeah, nope, you're dead for no good reason. In all of these, it's like, well, here's these things from the past that you did. I am now just bringing about the rightful consequences. So yeah, there's 1 Kings chapter 2 for you. Okay day. Planned Bible study is done. We'll be moving on to Kingdom Hearts 2 here in a little bit. But Twitch is going to run some ads fairly soon. I'll kind of get a head start on that while I transition over to the video games and stuff. Also, gonna need to change the stream info a little bit on Twitch. There we go. And on to this scene here. While I boot up the game, I can move chat windows and stuff over this direction to be closer to where I'm actually looking. Alrighty. Oh, yeah. I can also ditch my background music that I've got going on here. Because now we have the game's music. Okay, that is the most recent save file that I have. There are some things that I did in between recording sessions that I guess I'll want to mention. But I'll go ahead and get us set up for what I'm actually doing next, which should be there in Agrabah. Yeah. Going by the battle level, that makes the most sense. Okay. Not gonna lie, throat's getting a little sore. Hopefully I won't have to do as much talking here once we get rolling. Okay. Here we go. Alrighty. So, we are about to move on to Agrabah. I will just say in between recordings, I went back to some other places and, like, tried some more of the mushroom mission things. I don't recall actually completing any more of those. I think I also went back to, trying to remember what else I did. Oh yeah, I think I did Phil's training and got that whole getting a score of 1,000 or more in Maniac mode there. I think my final score actually wound up being like well over 1,000, either like 14 or 1,800. Yeah, and then I also, I think, went back to the 100 Acre Wood and redid some of those mini games just to get the necessary score in those missions. But I think that's about all I did. Otherwise, it was just maybe a little battling as well in between doing some of those things. Alright, so now we move on to Agrabah. Let's see what's new there. Not a good sign. Oh, really? So the merchant peddler dude went to try and get his lamp back and accidentally released Jafar. Iago just also happens to be there and witness that. Ah! You break it, you buy it. Oh, hello there, friends. Wow, you made out like a bandit. Please, I am but an honest merchant. What you see is merely the reward of my hard work. Of course, they sure are nice. And they're on sale. Interested? No thanks. Listen, have you seen a guy in a black coat? I was gonna say cloak, but anyway. Someone from Organization 13? Who, me? Most certainly not. Okay, we'll keep asking around then.
Sora, don't let him get away!
What's going on?
Can't believe it. That stupid peddler let Jafar out of the lamp.
Jafar? Give me the magic lamp, Aladdin. And now, street rats, I bid you farewell. Crush those urchins.
This might be sort of a creative embellishment a bit on prior events, but not entirely inaccurate. You guys better be careful. Huh? I'm sure Jafar wants to take over Agrabah again. But I know he's out for revenge, too. Guess he's still sore about that whole lamp thing, huh? Iago was there when Jafar was released. Okay, Iago, spill it. Hey, I told you everything I know. This is your one and only chance, Iago. If I find out later that you've been lying or hiding things from us, we're through. I'll never speak to you again. I can't take it. I know where Jafar is. Where? I mean, that is, I really shouldn't. Iago. He's in the desert ruins. Let's get the jump on him. Lead the way. Thanks, but no thanks, Aladdin. I'd rather have my forms available. Okay, oh, geez. Another absent silhouette here. This one's for Vexen. Not gonna do that right now. Any new items? Nope. Hand that stuff over real quick. Check if there's anything I can synthesize. Nope, nothing new anyway. Okay. Saving. Okay. So we're supposed to head towards the desert. Presumably that would be outside of Agrabah here. Alright, let me go Wisdom Form, since these are heartless. Oh, shoot. I was given a suggestion of shortcutting Blizzard and basically all the elemental magic before coming here, and I forgot to do that. Okay, well, maybe I can do that real quick now. So I'll replace Magnet with Blizzard, I think. Reflect with Fire. It's about as similar as I can make those.
Thunder! Yeah, thunder!
And I assume it's because of enemies like this that the elemental magic is suggested. Yep. Alright, if I go out here right now, is it gonna... Okay, well, it gives us a scene here. But it doesn't seem to be kicking me out of Wisdom Form yet.
What a disaster! We're just gonna have to turn back.
There's gotta be a way.
Oh, come on, kid! That's an easy one!
Genie!
Ow, oh buddy, oh pal! This is what having a genie for a best friend is all about! I mean, how can you leave me on the sidelines at a time like this? Lift large! Wallowmel! In the old razzmatazz. What do you say, kid?
Hey, Genie!
Zora! Want to see a little something I call sandstorm sweep?
Take it away, Genie.
Alakazam! You know, one lousy sandstorm, it's just too easy.
So technically, shouldn't Genie kind of have, like, you know, legs visible since he's freed from the lamp?
How about giving me a challenge next time, eh, Al?
Okay, yep, still in wisdom form. So I guess that would take me toward the Cave of Wonders. That's not where I need to go, though. Should I save again? I mean, I guess I will. Okay, now what?
Now what do we do?
Hello, Carpet.
Nice timing, Carpet.
Magic Carpet, okay. LT is lock command. While pressed, use the right stick to control commands. Okay. Because otherwise, as we're just moving around, the right stick is going to move us up and down, but the left stick moves us directionally. Aside from up and down. So I'll need to use the triggers to actually use those sticks to do other things. Use A to attack enemies from a distance. That's all it says there otherwise. Okay.
Back off! Ha! Yeah! This is it! Ha! Yeah! Yeah! Ha! Yeah! It's over! Yeah! Yeah!
Ow.
Yeah!
Oh, come on.
Yeah! Yeah! This is it! Yeah!
Okay. So there's some of how this is gonna go.
Yeah!
Okay, hold up. Puzzle piece. There we go. Alright. And we're supposed to follow the, like, Jafar illusion thing here, or whatever it technically is.
Yeah!
So really, you just kind of keep following the image of Jafar around. Nope. Okay. Maybe I stopped him in time there. Maybe not. I don't know. More enemies, presumably? Nope, he just opened that area. Well, okay. He opened that area up and brought some enemies into the mix.
It's over!
try and make sure I get this puzzle piece here.
Back off.
Okay, where do I go now? I don't see Jafar's likeness anywhere around here. So I guess I just go into the tower-looking thingy here. That lower path looks kind of blocked off. Yep, hello. Oh yeah, I should probably check the top of these too.
It's over. Yeah. Yeah. This is it. Take this.
Okay. Yeah, that's where he is. On top. More fighting, no surprise there. I mean, I guess I could be using Wisdom Form in the midst of this. Oh, geez. Well, actually, I can't use... It's not going to let me use forms like this. And this enemy right here is doing things to try and get on my nerves. Actually, they both kind of are.
It's over.
Okay. Okay, thought maybe a little bit more was going to happen there. Examine the monument. Okay, so I need to go below that bridge there. Back to the previous area and look under a, like, kind of broken archway thing. And also look on top of some other kind of structure thing. Okay.
Back off. Back off. Take this.
Okay. So whenever those things turn a certain color, I've got to use the elemental magic of that color to then kind of trigger them.
Back off. This is it.
Okay, so right around here's another one. Okay, that's 2 out of 3. And it looks like the final one's over there.
Take this. Take this. Yeah. Take this. This is it.
Very interesting way of bringing some combat into a situation like this, but I don't know. It's an interesting change of pace, I guess. And I guess that just opens that entrance. Oh, geez. Hurry to the tower before the door shuts. Okay. I am not going to be bothering with enemies along the way. I'm just going to make sure that I get over there in time. There we go. Okay. Now I will save again. No major issues so far. I am like a level or two higher than the suggested. Yeah, I'm 2 levels higher than the suggested battle level of this area, so Oh, more torn pages, okay. I guess some of the side questing that I did before kind of contributed to that. And
Game's up, Jafar. You sure this is it?
Yeah.
You gotta understand, it wasn't my idea. It was Jafar. He made me bring you here. You don't know him like I do. He can be very convincing. He said if I didn't cooperate, he was gonna...
Where is he?
Come on, Al, you gotta forgive me.
Where's Jafar?
Well, let's see. Right about now, he's probably attacking the palace. I had no choice. His eyes, they got all creepy and weird.
Whatever. Iago, you're supposed to be our friend, but you've been playing both sides just to make sure you save yourself.
I knew you were still a bad guy.
I'm sorry!
That might not be good. In fact, building collapsing probably is not. Just in general. Okay, now we gotta get out of here. This part is, a bit different. See, for this one, you just kind of maneuver around and hit the enemies as they come up. Try not to run into the environment. Oh, how did I miss that? How did I miss that? Okay, that one I can kind of see how I missed. Honestly, as far as I'm concerned, this section is some pretty easy experience, though. Ta-da! And that's going to be a mini-game for later as well.
Get some rest, Carpet. You earned it.
Come on, let's get Jafar!
And who asked you?
The palace is through there. Hurry!
Okay, now you see, when it mentioned, or when Iago mentioned Jafar's eyes getting all weird and stuff, I'm like, well, that might be kind of harkening back to times like in the movie when he used his staff to kind of like brainwash people, for lack of a better way, for lack of a better term. No enemies along the way, huh? Okay. I mean, I guess I won't argue with it. What do you have to say? I guess you know everything now, eh? You can't keep shady stuff secret for long. So true. I had just snuck into the palace to borrow some treasure when I heard this voice. It said, "Release me and I will give you an even greater reward." "Who are you?" I asked. The voice spoke again. "The true Sultan of Agrabah," he said, "imprisoned by villains." Oh, why did I believe such a tall, tall tale? Perhaps I was under Jafar's spell. Yes, that must be it. And I'm sure the treasure had nothing to do with it, right? Maybe a bit. But Jafar, he never gave me a thing. So where did you get all your treasure? Why, the man in the black coat, of course. Organization 13? I knew it. The treasure was a gift, so I would tell no one about Jafar's return. He said he would destroy Jafar after turning him into a heartless. So there was no need to upset Agrabah. And you bought that? I'm a merchant, and a good one at that. I'll buy anything if the price is right. It would have been a successful transaction if I hadn't been seen. Oh, you're so kind. So, Organization 13 was involved. They're trying to turn Jafar into a Heartless.
Just wait, Jafar. You'll get exactly what's coming to you.
Indeed I will, Princess. All of Agrabah will belong to me, while you, you, my queen, shall weep at my side for all eternity. Oh, please. Right about now, your precious Aladdin is whispering your name with his last breath.
Or not.
What was that you were saying, Jafar?
You dare defy me, you useless bird?
Ow!
Iago!
You'll all be joining him very soon.
Whoa!
Whoa!
So much for Carpet getting a rest. Okay, that right there was just like freaking shoehorned in or whatever to kind of mimic that one scene from the movie. Oof.
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Really? Can I even hit him right now? Yes. Ow. Who said I wanted to hit his hands? Come on, man. Okay, I'm having a bit of a harder time with this than I remember having before. Maybe I am supposed to hit his hands first? I don't know. I'm like, okay, I'm getting a little low on health. Wait, that's right. I'm supposed to, like... I'm supposed to hit his gut first. That'll make him stop doing stuff, and then... Yeah. Okay. Forgot for a second how this battle works.
You'll never escape. All shall bend to my will. Shabukabadabra.
Maybe I should just keep moving. But these fireballs don't seem to stop coming. So I don't know. Okay. And now they've stopped. Come on.
What are you doing?
It's over. Yeah. It's over. It's over.
You'll never escape.
Should I be trying to block this stuff or hit it? Okay, whatever. And with the fireballs and the lightning and stuff again. Okay, I'm just gonna move around. Try not to get hit by that. Yeah, really? This again? Come on. It's like his placement of this stuff is way better than it was before, for some completely unknown reason. Oh, come on! How am I supposed to get a hit on him now? Okay, fine. I'm just gonna attack him anyway. Even if I'm getting hit in the meantime.
What are you doing?
It's over. Yeah.
So close. Nothing?
It's over.
Yeah, I was so close. Okay. I mean, once I figured out how the battle works and the strategy and all that, it really wasn't too bad.
It's over.
Yeah, got a fire element upgrade. Speaking of magic stuff, makes me wonder if I would have done extra damage with Blizzard.
How can I be defeated again by a pack of filthy street rats?
Don't mess with street rats.
So, I mean, are there more and less powerful genies?
You went mano a mano with Jafar and you didn't invite me, Al?
Sorry, Genie. Things happen kind of fast.
And I had some new moves to show off, too.
But Genie, we still need your help.
Who's gonna fix Agrabah?
Oh, yeah! One super-duper spruced-up Agrabah coming right up. You won't even recognize the place when I'm through with it.
Just like it was, please.
Really? Same old, same old? All right. Oh, yeah!
Because, like, I'm thinking if they could defeat
Voilà.
Jafar
Next
as a
time, let me put
genie,
in a few swimming pools, Kay?
does that mean they would be able to, like, if they had to fight that genie, could they defeat him too? Not that they would need to, but anyway. Increases the drop rate of money, HP, and MP orbs. Mentioned nothing about drive orbs, though.
I guess Agrabah's all right now.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Hey, you behave yourself. Got it?
I most definitely got it. No more looking out for number one. I'm reformed. I want to be a good friend like Genie, but I can't do anything to help you. What kind of a friend is that?
Oh, no. It's not like that, Iago. Friends don't have to do stuff. As long as you have fun hanging out together, that's all that matters.
So, what do you guys do for fun?
We do this.
That's not quite what I meant.
Well, anyway,
Ow, my feet.
Gosh, Iago. I hope you didn't hurt yourself.
Well, at least I can still fly.
Really?
Whoa! Oh.
Oh! Was that my cue? Am I on? Come on, Al. Let me build a freeway or something.
Everything's fine. Don't panic. Genie?
But I can't hold it any longer. Hey! Oh, that's good. Sora, Donald, Goofy, you guys are too much. If you're ever in the mood for some more cosmic razzle-dazzle, give me a shout, okay?
You got it.
Well, you've done it again, Sora. Don't forget about us, okay?
I won't.
And Sora, about that friend of yours, the one you're looking for, you'll find him. Trust me.
So, that point where Iago hurt his beak, was he just trying to make a funny face like Donald and Goofy were, I guess? Oh, hello. A new episode was added to Hollow Bastion. Huh. Makes me a little curious what that would be. Episode list. Let's turn the... Oh, right, because I got another torn page. I guess I've got some time to do that. Next time I have some spare time in an episode, though, I might want to just go back to Atlantica and do some stuff there instead. Not sure we have too many more pages left. Looks like there's maybe one other after this one. Everybody's in a cave thing. Hey, everyone. Uh-oh, where's Pooh? He went in there. As they all look toward there. And then at Sora. Do you think there might be a Jagular hiding in there? Hiding inside? Jagular? Well now. That reminds me of when dear cousin Alphonse... Say, why are you all sitting around here? Or wait, that's not Tigger saying that. I think that's the Gopher. Oh well. If you're worried about it, that bear, let's go find him. That's exactly what I was thinking. Yeah, let's go. But if there really is a Jagular, we'd better think this through. It seems we've got a bit of time. Why don't I just resume where I left off? My cousin, that is my father's younger sister's... What do you think we should do, Sora? They clearly don't want to hear Owl's story. Might not even be particularly relevant. This place is dark and it feels like a maze. If I get lost, you'll find me, won't you, Sora? I'm counting on you. So, I'd better hear what everyone has to say. Oh, it wants me to talk to everyone first. Okay. Is it everyone, or... Hey, Sora, maybe we should go find Pooh. Okay, so really I just have to talk to... Is that one Kanga? I think the bigger one's Kanga and the little one's Roo. Of course we'll go. Find Pooh as quickly as possible. The courage gauge will decrease when your friends become lost and even while walking. Once the courage gauge has emptied, your friends will begin to panic. When your friends are panicked, calm them down by staying close to them. So, really, you look around and try to make sure that they don't get hurt or anything. Daylight puzzle piece. I was hoping to get that treasure there, but maybe I'll have to come back for it later. Okay, we're looking around for Pooh. Yeah. Basically trying to make sure they don't get hit by any falling rocks or bees, or also trying to make sure I don't slip on the ice or anything like that. Because I think that lowers their courage too. Hey, there we go. We found Pooh.
Pooh, there you are. Hey, we looked everywhere for you.
I was looking for a very dear friend that I remember I made a very important promise to.
So, did you find him?
No, I looked and looked, but he doesn't seem to be anywhere.
Oh, Pooh Boy, so there you are.
But Tigger, did you have to bounce me so bouncily?
Gosh, I thought a jaguar had gotten you.
Oh dear, I hadn't thought of that. I do hope a jaguar hasn't gone and gobbled up my friend.
Now try to remember, Pooh. Isn't Sora the one you're looking for?
Oh, the jaguar.
No, it's just your tummy grumbling. You must be hungry. Come on, let's head home and see if we can find you some honey.
I'd like that, Sora.
Pooh, you finally remembered.
Remembered what, Sora?
Pooh.
I like it ever so much when you're cheerful, Sora.
Me too, Pooh.
Oh, there's a bit of a rumbly in my tumbly.
All right, then let's go home.
Got sweet memories. Although it does not enhance attack strength, it increases the drop rate of drive orbs in place of money. Spooky cave map. And I guess that does it for that page. Also, hi Nicholas on YouTube. And I don't think there's any other... No. At this point, it would just be exploring around there and gathering the remaining treasure. That seems like a reasonable enough spot to take a bit of a break. Okay, so I have stopped recording, but I will go back in there and get those treasures. Oh, really? It won't let me go through there without... fine.
What here? What here?
There we go, okay.
What here?
I don't know for sure if, like, they have to stop moving before I can collect any treasure. No, okay. It's just, if that command is also an option, it's going, like, that is going to supersede the command that would let me open the chest. Oh, yeah, that wasn't great. Oh, hey, Jake. Welcome, welcome. How are you this morning? Okay, I'm just double checking to make sure I haven't missed any other chests or anything. Am I? I feel like I'm missing some people from the group here. Oh, yeah, like Eeyore. Why was Eeyore not? I don't know. Treasure! Get an AP boost there. Okay, anyway. You can just leave them in one place and go without them if you want to. If you want. That's true. I could have just done that while looking for the chests. Okay. Treasures. There's still a treasure I'm missing? Okay, I might have to go in there one more time. Finish within 90 seconds. Okay, so there is a mission tied to that. Might as well go ahead and do that while I'm here. I think the only page I'm missing is like the very last one where it kinda, for lack of a better way to put it, just wraps everything up neatly in a little bow. I shouldn't have asked them to halt there, probably, but oh well. Okay, let's go this way. Actually, I'm not sure I went this way before. Ah, there's the treasure chest I'm missing. Okay. Oh, yeah. And that's a pretty important one, long term. Especially if I want to be crafting some of the best stuff. Trying to remember where it is. Would not surprise me at all if it's in the Pride Lands, because I literally have done no story stuff in the Pride Lands. Oh, Hollow Gear on YouTube. Also, welcome. Didn't expect a Kingdom Hearts Bible study combination when I checked YouTube today. That's, I guess maybe kind of the point a little bit to do that in an unexpected combination. I don't know. Although, it's still kind of separate. It's not like I'm integrating the Bible study into the Kingdom Hearts gameplay, story stuff. I wish I was that clever. Maybe if I had a lot more time to think it all through and plan it out, I could, but I would also have to have a better sense of what's coming up ahead of time in the game. And in the Bible study. Right, puzzle pieces. What do we got here? Okay. Those definitely go together. Still not sure about a bunch of this stuff in the middle. It's all just kind of looking like a jumbled up mess, honestly. Except, okay, that probably goes there. That's probably close to the other side. I'm assuming, like, the bottom border on here means that that's actually, like, where that goes. Okay, so those pieces go like that. Okay, well, I can figure out a bit more of that later. Right. Got the guard recipe, which I will want to hand into a Moogle as soon as possible. And then the new Keyblades, which I do wonder a little bit. It increases the drop rate of drive orbs in place of money. Like, that would definitely help with leveling up Master Form. Valor, I don't see much of a need to change what I've got there. I mean, the reaction boost would be helpful, but as far as Valor Form's, you know, idea and the way that it levels up, am I going for Ultima this playthrough? Kinda. I'm not sure that'll be something that I record as part of, like, the main, you know, series of edited videos, but I'm thinking maybe, you know, outside of recordings, I might go for that. Kind of like I did with Kingdom Hearts 1. Okay. Next place to go for story stuff is Halloween Town. Let me run Twitch ad break first, though, and I might actually take a quick break myself in the meantime. So, yeah. See y'all in a bit. Alrighty, and we're back. Well, I'm back. Y'all were probably here the whole time. Okay. About another hour of Kingdom Hearts stuff, and that'll have to do it for today's stream then, but still. At least we get one more world's worth of story stuff, probably. Here we go. Alright. Just for those of you who are only seeing the recordings from this stuff, I went back and got the treasures from that one part of the 100-acre wood, and that was really it. Also changed the one keyblade that I had attached to Master Form, but that was really it.
There's nothing wrong with my design. It's flawless. There must be something wrong with the parts those imbeciles brought me. I need to find better assistants.
I'm just noticing that chair doesn't look particularly stable. So many presents.
Perfect timing, gentlemen. Lend me a hand, won't you? These presents must belong to Sandy Claus, so I thought I'd better return them.
You just happened to find them?
Of course, Sora. I'm finished with Christmas fantasies, you know that.
And why are you still wearing the suit?
But you thought you'd hold on to the suit.
What, this? It's just a costume. And Sally worked so very hard making it. Come on, we've got work to do.
And once again, respectfully, I would like to have my forms available. Nothing against Jack.
Oh. Wherever did you find these?
In Halloween Town. You'll be needing them for Christmas, right, Sandy?
Of course. But these are just a few of the Christmas presents that were stolen.
Stolen?
Oh, Sandy, you don't think it was me?
Still wearing the outfit, I see.
I just thought I'd dress for the occasion. But if you don't believe me, then we'll just have to find out who really did it.
Very well, I'll leave it to you.
All right, Sora, Donald, Goofy, we're off!
The controller rumbled a little bit right before they looked over that way. Let me save real quick. I'm not bringing my webcam back in just yet because I get a feeling there's going to be another little scene once I step into the workshop. No? Not right away, I guess. Okay. I can hear voices coming from the second floor factory. I'd like to investigate, but I'm too frightened. We're always running behind enough as it is. The last thing we need is more trouble. Oh, geez. I hadn't even paid any attention to these being around. Come on. Yeah, there we go. Man, having that is so helpful. It's not quite, you know, the glide, but still helps a lot with reaching stuff that's up high. Now we get another scene.
This looks good.
No!
Boring. This one?
No!
No way.
Ow!
So you three took them.
Took what?
You stole the presents, didn't you?
It wasn't us. But...
It really sounds like fun.
Run for it!
Use the magic boxes to trap them. Oh, supposed to. I think I'm supposed to get their health down first. Why did it? Okay, now that his health is down. That wasn't even the one I was aiming at. But yeah, it says while they're tired. Oh, come on. Okay. He's probably not gonna break out. And now because of accidentally hitting that one way up there. Okay. Now I just gotta hit this one over to where he is, and okay. Where'd you put the presents? We told you we don't have them. Then why are you in here? We're looking for parts for the experiment. Experiment? Dr. Finkelstein's making us a friend. One we get to boss around. It's true, the doctor's been hard at work making something lately. Besides, Christmas presents are boring. Not scary or gross, so what good are they? Yeah. There's nothing fun here. Let's go back to Halloween Town. So, were those pranksters responsible for taking the gifts? It doesn't look like it. Then that means... Sally! Oh, thank goodness. You're all here. Is something wrong? The Heartless are back in the town square. I thought you should know. That's our cue. Back to Halloween Town. But wait. What about finding the gift napper? Actually, the Heartless were playing with some presents when I saw them. Aha! We have our culprits! Also, apologies if this ends up looking a little janky. OBS is dropping frames like crazy. Oh, hello. Ow. Still trying to level up the forms, too. Ouch. That ought to help. A little bit. Okay. Oh. I guess I never fully got rid of that one. Okay. Yeah, I have a recipe to turn into the Moogle here. And while I'm at it, real quick, gonna check. Okay. No new items, it seems. Recipes. So that's for a defense boost, but I need some lightning crystals first, and maybe a lucid crystal. I could make a power band, though. Sweet. Moogle has leveled up. Rank B recipe materials cut by half. Okay, gonna save. Alrighty. Well, as long as Wisdom form needs leveling up, and, you know, I have the, and there are Heartless around with which to level it up, and I figure I might as well keep using Wisdom form. I like how it's like the little, I don't know what you call it, but the part of like Sora's hat or whatever that ends up getting the kind of color change with Wisdom form there. Said the Heartless were at the square, right? So I should head over this way.
You can't be here. Leave Halloween Town by order of the mayor. Somebody, anybody. I'm only an elected official. I can't handle this by myself.
Sally was right. We've got to get the presents.
And I'm gonna be in Wisdom form for like 2 more seconds. Actually, now I'm already out of it. Oh, okay. Well, there's that battle done.
What a shame. It looks like it was such a nice present.
Jack.
Oh, help! Someone help me! My latest experiment is gone! It's been stolen!
Are you sure about that? I was just sitting here brainstorming when all of a sudden I was attacked. I collapsed, and when I awoke, my experiment was gone. Don't worry, Doctor. We know who took it. Who? The Heartless. What? Those wretched things? Preposterous! This was nothing like a Heartless. Not the Heartless, huh? Who else could it be? Say, I have an idea. The thief must like Christmas presents, so we place irresistible gifts about. We place irresistible gifts about to draw him into a trap. Had to make sure I got the right inflection in that sentence, otherwise it would have been a little more confusing. As if my stumbling over the words wasn't confusing enough. Oh well. And this miscreant is the same one who stole my experiment? That's right. How will we know for sure? Well, now, that's easy. We'll scare a confession right out of him. Gorsh. What do you say we go with Jack's plan? Just for now. Let's get to Sandy's house, post-haste. We've got to make some Christmas presents, quickly. Have you found the presents yet? Almost, Mr. Claus. We're going to reel in the thief with Christmas presents as bait. Would you mind if we used your factory to create a few presents? Presents as bait? Goodness, I don't like the sound of that. Just this once, I suppose. It's for a good cause. Alright, use the second floor, and put some heart in it. Okay. Gonna save real quick. Now, okay. I've got Jake here saying that the one doll looked kind of creepy. But I don't know if it was actually supposed to be that creepy. I think maybe just the way that, like, Halloween Town is lit and some of the stuff like that might make an otherwise just really basic doll look a little creepier. I don't know. Just my take on it. You're going to make Christmas presents, right? You can use this machine. Okie doke. Use the cannon to shoot toys into the empty boxes. Press Y to reload the cannon with toys. Takes a few seconds to reload, so try to be accurate. Watch out for lock, shock, and barrel. If they try to stop you, launch a toy at them. And I'm pretty sure the challenge that comes with that later, or the mission or whatever, is probably just
Don't worry, I'll
to
take care of the
complete that
rest.
in a certain time limit. Or get a certain number of them within
Did you finish making the
a
presents?
certain amount of time.
Yep, just waiting for Jack.
So, where do you think we ought to leave them?
Oh, I know a good spot. Whenever you're ready, just say the word.
I'm back.
So, do I talk to you about that? I think we're pretty much ready to go.
This plaza should work well for your plan. Now, Jack, what is your plan?
I've got it all figured out.
You do.
You do.
Of course.
Note the skepticism
And
in
I
his
also
voice.
have a wonderful idea. If we catch the thief for you, I would be honored to deliver the cruel.
And on that note, we'll be going.
What are you doing? Let me go!
He's like, it's okay. You don't need to worry about that.
Stop thinking.
It's not me, Donald.
Patience, friends.
I saw him coming out.
Gorge, was that you?
How come we have to be the bait?
Good plan, eh?
Ouch.
Yeah, why do they have to be part of the bait? Couldn't they just kind of wait off to the side somewhere?
Gotcha!
Huh? Dr. Finkelstein's experiment did it.
Back off! Donald! Yeah! This is it!
I pressed the thing to keep doing Donald's limit, but I guess it didn't think I was quick enough? I don't know. Well, drive gauge is full now. Let me do Valor Form. I'm pretty sure that still needs some levels. Oh, jeez. Come on. Let me down. Let me down! Doggone it! It literally just got me stuck at, you know, off to the side there, completely unable to land because I kept getting hit. I tried doing the whole, like, aerial counterattack thing, but that wasn't working, and then it just, yeah. Well, shoot. I can't damage it while it's doing that, but I also can't be damaged while I'm doing this. So, at least there's that. Ouch. It's not taking any more damage. Why not? Oh, now it is. What the? Okay, that's weird. Okay, whatever. That was still pretty easy. So yeah, it turns out the experiment was stealing the presents all along.
We did it! The mystery is solved.
Did you catch the thief?
Naturally.
I just can't figure out why the doctor's experiment would go around stealing Christmas presents.
His experiment?
The thief. It was a moving puppet made by Dr. Finkelstein.
The doctor has made a moving puppet. I see. He is always tinkering with things. Now listen, Jack. I'd like to thank you, and while delivering presents is something only I can do, I can give you an idea of what it's like.
Sandy Claus?
Yes, all that poor puppet wanted was a heart.
You derived that from the fact that it was taking presents?
Ho, ho, ho!
Decisive Pumpkin. The greater number of combos landed, the more damage is dealt, leading to a stronger finishing move. That's probably a combo boost ability then?
Interesting. So the puppet wasn't stolen after all. It ran away on its own. In other words, my experiment was an overwhelming success.
Santa Claus thinks maybe it left because it was trying to find a heart.
That's quite possible. Unlike my Sally, it wasn't equipped with a heart.
But if it wanted a heart, why was it going around stealing all those Christmas presents?
Maybe because presents are a way to give your heart to someone special.
I guess that's the explanation.
When you put it that way, I feel sort of bad for it.
Happy Halloween!
What a nice present.
I don't understand. There's no box, no ribbon tied in a bow.
Jack, it's not about the box or the ribbons. It's about what's inside the box.
No, Sora. What really counts, what's really special, is the act of giving the gift. To wish deep in your heart to make
I
someone
totally want to
else happy.
quote the Grinch in this moment.
Right. Of course. Thank you, Sally. You're absolutely right. Wait. What's this? I feel so strange. So very happy.
Jack, that must be Sally's present.
Really? This wonderful feeling? Oh, Sally. You've given me the nicest present in the world, and I've nothing to give you in return. What would you like? Just name it. Absolutely anything.
The nicest present I could ever ask for, Jack, is just to be with you.
Aww.
You don't even have to ask for that.
Oh!
Maybe I never gave her a real present after all.
Oh, I bet Kyrie would like most anything you gave her.
I know. That's what made it so hard to decide.
It's not the gift, it's what's in your heart.
My heart.
You bet. Diamond's not funny.
How?
Well, as long as she can be with you, what else does she need?
Yeah, except Kyrie doesn't quite look like that anymore, but not like he would know, because last he saw of her, that is what she looked like. Oh. Hello.
What's that? That big thing!
Maybe that's the source of the weird reading we picked up before.
You think, just maybe?
And there's something funny about Twilight Town. I'm seeing 2 of them.
Look, it's another huge energy reading, and it's coming from someplace near the town.
I don't know what's going on, fellas, but it sure looks like there's some big trouble brewing around Twilight Town.
So, I still have done nothing in the Pride Lands. That's probably where I'll go next, as far as actual, like, story advancement stuff. But now there's also this stuff blocking off Halloween. No, not Halloween Town. Twilight Town. I just came from Halloween Town. However, I have a bit of time to spare. So, I think it's about time I go back to Atlantica. Do some of the stuff here that I've probably been able to do and have just kind of been ignoring. Pretty sure I moved the story along by talking with Flounder. Yeah, I needed Magnet. Just plain old Magnet, I think, to move the statue. I've had that for quite a while now. Let's see, how many musical numbers am I going to get through now?
Ariel!
We'd like you to come with us, Ariel.
Have we got something to show you? It's a pretty cool statue, huh?
It looks like some kind of prince.
A prince?
Sebastian's like, why do we have to keep filling our head with these things? Score 5 or more excellence in a row. Okay. This time a Y gauge will appear. So it's not just gonna be A. Sometimes it's gonna be Y as well. I'll keep my webcam out of this to make sure I'm not blocking anything. I would hope this song in particular doesn't get like a major copyright strike or anything. But I'm not gonna make any promises on that. Doggone it, that was only good, not excellent. I might kind of sort of talk over the song just to maybe make it a bit less, a bit more copyright friendly. But I don't know. It's a good thing that the streams kind of let me know. Gosh, I keep getting goods right as I'm about to hit the excellent combo I need. Yeah, okay. I got 5 in a row. So I think I'm fine now. Yeah, it's a good thing the streams kind of give me some semblance of the copyright status of this stuff before I then, like, edit it and release it later as, you know, separate videos. But then again, if it's a major problem to have it in a stream, it might not be great either.
Ariel, we're here to help you, you know?
Oh no, you 3 stay out of it!
Look who's talking.
Yeah, you were gonna tell your dad about it.
What am I going to do?
You're late, Sebastian. Is something wrong? No, nothing, Your Majesty. That's good. So tell me, how is the song for the musical coming? It is finished, Your Majesty. And it celebrates all the wonderful things found here in the ocean. It will be my finest work. Will it get Ariel's mind off the human world? Yes. Well, probably. Possibly. I mean, most definitely. Excuse me, Your Majesty, but I must rehearse. You understand. Swims away about as quickly as he can. This is terrible. We've got to do something. She can't be in the musical like that. I'll sing her part instead. Heck no, Donald. No way, not a chance. What? Why not? Hey, it's Sebastian. This will never work. What's up? I've composed a perfect song for the musical, but I think it's gonna be too complicated for you. Aw, come on. How hard can it be? Uh-oh. To participate in the musical, you need the drive gauge to be 5 or more. I'm pretty sure I've got that. So let's go back. And then we go over this way. And we talk with Sebastian, presumably. Excellent. Now we'll be able to perform the musical with ease. Probably should have saved in between, but oh well. Yeah, Under the Sea. Well, if any of this does get a major copyright hit, at least I'm getting it all out of the way at once. So then, like, it, you know, I could just chop that off of any edits. Press X when the gauge shows Ariel to score points and lift Ariel's mood. Be sure not to press X when the gauge shows Sebastian. And now for the other most famous song from The Little Mermaid. Which, again, really hope it doesn't get... Oh, come on. I was halfway anticipating that it would change partway through, and now I keep hitting it late, and... Okay, but I don't have to get excellence for this. Just as long as I hit it with the right person showing.
Darling, it's better down where it's wetter. Take it from me.
Up on the shore they work all day. Out in the sun they slave away. While we
Also, the little bit of Caribbean accent that Sora tried to do there felt, I don't know, a little off, but I'm not going to judge it too harshly because I doubt I would do much better.
Since life is sweet here, we got to beat it naturally.
Even the sturgeon and the ray,
they get the urge and start to play.
We got the spirit, you got to hear it under the sea.
Under the sea.
Yeah, I don't know. Personally, I still find all the versions of the songs in the game here to not be as good as in the movie. Especially this, like, it was originally designed specifically to be sung by Sebastian and only Sebastian. Having the other people in there who would generally have different, like, you know, figures of speech and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. It just doesn't sound quite right.
Oh, I think it's a great song, Sebastian. It's just, it's not what I want to sing. I want to sing about how our two worlds can live in harmony, land and sea together.
I've got a question in chat that I will answer once we get a break from the scenes.
If you won't listen, then I'm not gonna sing at all.
Well, Ariel!
How do I get myself into this situation? Oh, man. Not only has that girl fallen in love at the worst possible time, but with a human!
Ariel's in love with a human?
Oh, me and my big mouth!
Oh. And there he is. Is that him? Uh-huh. Let's say something. No, don't. He's a human and I'm a mermaid. I don't know what he'd think. What's that? Oh, it must be his. But we can't reach it. Rats. Need Magnera magic. Magnera? I don't know. I'm pretty sure I have that too. So I could do that. Okay, real quick, there was a question about whether the Bible study is from Kingdom Hearts. No, not really. It's just I've got Bible study and Kingdom Hearts both in different parts of the stream. So, yeah, no. The Bible study is not exactly tied in with Kingdom Hearts. They just happen to... There might be some things that kind of connect a little bit, but... Just maybe on like a very surface level that I'm not trying to make those kind of connections right now. Like, maybe... I get, like... If I were to go back and play this more, or just play some sort of game where I had a better sense of the story progression and how that could potentially tie in, then maybe. But as things stand, like, I haven't played this game in a while, and so, like, I can't exactly... I feel like it would be a very inadequate job of trying to, you know, more thoroughly connect them without knowing what's coming up. But anyway. Okay. So, yeah, looks like I can move on to the next part as well. I mean, I'd maybe appreciate some help with just, like, general themes there, Jake.
Sora, I know he'll be happy to have this back.
Try not to spoil any full-on story for me, though, because...
Is this he?
I mean,
Daddy.
It wouldn't be spoiling anything for this game, but other ones that I haven't played in the series.
You don't even know him. Oh, Daddy, you've told me that you don't trust humans, but they can't all be as bad as you say. And I'm gonna prove it to you.
So help me, Ariel. I am going to get through to you. And if this is the only way, so be it.
No!
Ariel, you poor child. You're Ursula, the Sea Witch. Didn't my father banish you? That's right, Angelfish. But how could I stay away when I knew you were so miserable? What you need is a woman's advice. What if I could make all your dreams come true? My father would never allow it. Oh well, it mustn't be love if you'll give up that easily. Could you really help me? But how? Well, the only way to get what you want is to become a human yourself. A human? Can you do that? My dear sweet child, that's what I do. This is terrible. Flounder, you gotta go tell the king. Okay. Have we got a deal? I'll turn you into a human right now. All you have to do is sign a little contract. A contract? That's right, sweet cakes. And the prince is just a and the price is just a token, a trifle. What I want from you is your voice. My voice? I almost forgot. The magic only lasts for 3 days. You've got to get dear old Princey to kiss you before the sun sets on the 3rd day. If he doesn't, you turn back into a mermaid and belong to me. I suppose you might find my terms a little tough. After all, you are King Triton's daughter, adored by all of Atlantica. Why, you're practically guaranteed a happy life. Are you sure you won't listen to your daddy? All it'll cost you is your true love. Come on, sweetie pie, this is your last chance. But far be it from little old me to twist your arm. Don't listen to her, Ariel.
Well, now, I won't intrude any longer. I'll be on my way.
Yeah, like they met in the first game. How, like, how does she have any sort of trust for Ursula?
He is quite a catch.
Wait. All I have to do is sign?
We have a deal. Here you go.
Ariel, don't!
Sora, please!
A little late for that.
You gotta stop her, man!
Wait! Oh!
Binding contract and all that. Can't just escape the consequences of a foolish decision.
Oh no! She can't breathe like that!
Are you the girl? Please wake up. Whoa! Easy there. What's wrong? You can't speak? Oh, well, where did you come from?
My pendant. I can't believe you found it. Thank you. Please, come with me. I want to help you.
Also, if he thinks she's the girl that saved him, I guess he must have remembered more than just her voice then. Looks like it's going pretty well. Gosh, shouldn't we tell King Triton about this? Absolutely not. It would break his heart if he found out about this. Then what do? We're gonna stay right here and take care of Ariel. That's what we're gonna do. Okay. Might be slightly more story going on here than I anticipated, but I don't want to, like, break the momentum of it all. I should go check out Ariel. Or is that Sora saying that to Sebastian? I don't know. So we just float here and watch? Have you got a better idea? We could make Ursula fix all of this. Ha! She ain't gonna bother with you. Hey, you never know until you try. You may be right. It's gonna be better than doing nothing. Can I trust you to take care of Ursula? Of course. As they keep watch over the next couple of days to see what happens, and meanwhile also waiting on updates from Sora to see if there's anything going on with Ursula.
Hey, where's Sebastian?
Well, King Triton wanted him at the palace.
I wonder if it's about Ariel.
If King Triton finds out what happened, we're in hot water. Especially since we kept it a secret.
What about Ursula?
She disappeared.
Well, how's Ariel doing? She's only got until sunset tomorrow, right?
Hey, look!
Well,
I can't see!
whoa!
They're okay.
Man, they were so close.
Well, I think we ought to get back to looking for Ursula.
Yeah, good idea.
Yeah. Totally fair, and not trying to, like, you know, create a loophole in the binding contract with
No sign of Ursula anywhere.
having Flotsam and Jetsam keep them from kissing. Also, why is it always a kiss in these storylines?
Ariel's been crying for a long time. What would I give to live where you are? What would I pay
And now that
to stay here beside
Ursula goes up there and mimics Ariel's voice, or more accurately, uses Ariel's voice, it's
Where would we walk? Where would we run?
also, but she's also like kind of brainwashing Prince Eric with it.
It's Ursula! She must have turned herself into that girl!
Okay, that's it.
What?
I would ask why there were two little things floating there, but I guess one was Ariel's voice, the other might have been the control over Eric.
You can talk. You're the one. The girl who sang to me.
Oh, Eric. I wanted to tell you.
Of course. It was you. You're the one who saved me that night in the storm. Oh, Ariel, I'm sorry I didn't figure it out sooner. You're the one I love.
Eric.
Not so fast. Do you see what I see?
Yeah, but the sun hasn't fully set yet.
Ariel!
Stop!
Yeah. If they were smarter about it, they could have just kissed right there.
Triton's precious little daughter signed a contract. Now,
And that would have
dearie,
fulfilled the contract
let's
then, right?
See how beautiful you are when I'm through with you.
That contract's no good.
Let her go!
Excuse me? Now. Even the great King Triton can't go around breaking binding contracts. Why, it just wouldn't do, would it? Now, if you'll excuse me, I have some loose ends to tie up.
Wait, Ursula. You win. Just promise you'll let my daughter go.
But we had a deal. Unless, of course, you're offering to take her place.
I'm afraid I have no choice. Your Majesty!
Kind of makes you wonder if the contract with Ariel was really just bait to get Triton to sign a contract to try and, like, take her place.
At last!
Daddy!
Who's the mighty ruler of the seas now?
You monster! Let him go! Eric!
They must not be all that deep if Eric could just make it down there like that.
Hey, that's enough.
No, you all bow to me!
Should have aimed for the head. And now we get a musical number to try and defeat Ursula. And this, honestly, out of all the songs in this game, or at least this part of the game, is probably my least favorite. I think it's the most cringy, honestly. But gotta do it, I guess.
This witch is back to bring her wrath upon the sea. Triton can't be rid of me, not that easily. And like all
But a lot of the damage that you deal to Ursula is in the, like, rapid press spots.
Flotsam and jetsam.
Yeah. It's just... Even out of the, you know, like, original, I guess, 2 original songs that were made just for the game within this world, yeah, this is definitely the cringier of the 2. Yeah. Whoever asked for a villain song like this, But apparently not everybody agrees with me.
Who is fighting for his prize without your precious mermaid? Now you're crazy with revenge. I suppose I sympathize.
I'm not gonna lose her!
Right! We're with you all the way!
Flotsam and jetsam! Loyal darling, strong as the tide, sweet as poopsies, hasten to my side right
Yeah. Also, there are certain moments where what you see, it's like, okay, it makes no sense that she's singing
Your poopsies are toast.
while this is going on. Also, like, massive overkill. But I guess for the mission later on,
And my dears, I swear I've just begun. It's not over until Ursula has won.
I guess as far as scoring later for whatever mission comes up, it still matters. I don't know.
That's what you think!
No, it's not possible.
It's over, Ursula.
That belongs to me!
All right, then. You can have it!
Oh, so, like, was Eric some kind of, like, you know, javelineer or something? Because I don't know.
Please, Ariel. You can come out now. It's okay. Ariel?
You see, Eric? This is why I went to Ursula.
This can't be.
I would have told you sooner.
To think.
Eric, goodbye.
I had all that time and I didn't work on my swimming.
Well, apparently he's not a terrible swimmer, though, given what happened a little while ago.
Well, I guess it's never too late to learn, right? Will you teach me?
I'd love to.
All right!
Still doesn't necessarily change how Triton feels about it, though. Mysterious Abyss. Enhances magic to increase damage dealt with blizzard-based attacks by 20%. Okay. Prince Eric's a great guy, and he's really brave, too. Yes, but he is a human. Oh, brother, not again. How'd it go with your father, Ariel? Great. Thanks for your help. I gotta go. I'll see you later. Hey, wait. I almost forgot, Sebastian. King Triton said this year's festival is so important that the musical better be your best ever. My best ever? Alright, what's going on? You gotta do me a favor. What? Huh? But how? And it was gonna make the song perfect, too. You need Thundaga magic to carry out Sebastian's idea, which, okay, that I do not quite have yet. Only have Thundara, I think. Okay, well, that is probably going to have to do it for now. That's as much progress as I can make in Atlantica, and anywhere else I go is probably going to be major story progress sequences in those worlds. Next time, I think I'll go ahead and do stuff in the Pride Lands. But that's it for now. Both in terms of recording and the stream. I've got other stuff I'll need to do in a little over an hour. So, yeah. That'll do it for this one. Thanks for stopping by, everybody. Also, Jake, your thought about how did Donald and Goofy hear him? I kind of wondered that a little bit myself. Maybe he wasn't quite whispering, but he was also really close to Sora's ear, so you would think he was whispering. I don't know. Was there even a need to whisper there? Oh well. Alright, so just gonna figure out somebody to raid on Twitch here. Hopefully it won't take me too long to figure that out. But, yeah. I hope you're all doing well. Hopefully I'll see you soon for another stream. Tuesday mornings and Saturday evenings are kind of the go-to times right now. And in the meantime, if you can't wait for more stuff from me, feel free to check out YouTube videos of mine. Those are going to be a little bit behind what I've streamed, but that can also catch up on some stuff if you've missed anything. So anyway, whatever ends up happening, till next time, stay cool, everybody.